Carol here, and it's pan pastel time. Yes, I have about 35 colors. I don't have them all. I think there's 80 in the collection, and I'm just collecting them a little bit at a time. And pan pastels, they come in 4 different sizes. The tools are numbered 1 to 4, and so are the ends. They come in like triangles, round, square, and they're just wonderful. And I was asked to show the pan pastels because I did show them in a haul video and I haven't had time to use them. So I went on a site that is called improvemypainting.com, and there was a gentleman there, Johannes Lothius. I probably got it wrong, but he's a great teacher. And I had about an hour last night to watch one of his videos, and I did. And he had the Yellowstone Park geyser scene, and I thought I'm going to case that today. So here I'm just snuggling on one of those pan pastel sponges onto the end, and we are going to get started. Each one, it has a round, square, pointed square. You're going to need some paper towels, an eraser. That white eraser, I've given many of them away, is the best for this technique, because guess what? You can erase pan pastels. Isn't that crazy? So I'm just really looking forward to doing this. And here's some value sponges that I bought, and I keep them in a little plastic drawer, and I'm going to use them. This is a pan pastel product sponge. I don't use those today. And the triangles there, yes. And so there's my paper towel. You need a paper towel because to get the color off the sponges, you just drag your applicator. Here's the ones Janet gave me. I use those. They're wonderful. And you use what you have. You actually do. Like, I don't have 80 pan pastels, but I do have a good collection of them and a good range of color, and I went with that. And this painting that I saw last night, it's not exact, but I tried to draw it out by memory today. I just wanted to quickly get this up for Susie and Joni. A few friends on Stamp Nation asked me if I would just show you how the pan pastels work. So this little wee sponge here had a little sliver in it, and I learned from that site that all you do is pick it all out. If you have one that isn't a good sponge, this helps you to get texture. You're going to be able to use it for hair. For me, it's going to be grasses and foliage. It is wonderful, and I learned that last night. It's just amazing, isn't it? Like all the knowledge you can gain. And we'll see how well I do from trying to case this, from seeing it last night. Yeah, I'm just going to go with it because you know what? You don't want to do somebody's painting exact, but it's great to get some help in the process. So I've taken a pencil crayon and a watercolor. It's a light brown, just to give me some background and to kind of get a visual of this painting that I watched last night. And I learned quite a bit. I have drawn most of my life, and I'm comfortable, but I'm not professional. I am a beginner, certainly, with this pan pastels, but I love to experiment, and that's all painting is. You don't have to be perfect, because in any medium, you're going to grow as you practice. Practice, 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 yes. And so I'm just kind of speculating where I want things, and you can see how light it is. It's very light. But this way I have some type of visual. Now, the one thing I learned with pan pastels is you go side to side to swipe the color. You never go round and round. And with the reds and the dark tones, you just pat the color. They're so pigmented. It's crazy. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful, beautiful painting medium. You will love it. And to get it off, you just swipe it back and forth on a paper towel. How easy is that? So, one thing I do know when you paint, and this is similar to watercolors, you clump your images. You don't separate them. Excuse me. It's easier to unclump them and make them individual than it is to fill it in, if you know what I mean here. Yes. And so we'll just enjoy this together, and I'm going to talk you through what my thinking process was here. I know if you're just looking at that right now, it kind of looks like it's supposed to be evergreen trees, and it looks like a little mini explosion happened, but we will work it out towards the scene. And I just had so much fun today. As you can see, like, I'm learning too. And one thing I know that I love, you don't always, like here I'm making mountains, okay? I'm making it the same color, maybe a darker version than the sky, but it captures the eye. It is amazing. You don't have to go with, mountains are brown and black and snow. No, you just, whatever looks good to the eye. And here I want to make some evergreen trees. And as you can see, I am pushing that pan pastel. I am pushing it to the left in little wee strokes. And that gives me a wonderful evergreen. And you just go down the line. I'll show you as we keep going. And then you have a blender, a white blender paint, similar to your blending solution with Copics. And you have that in pastel. Isn't it wonderful? So smooth and soft. It is beautiful. I hope I don't go too fast on this because I didn't have a lot of time today. I just went in my craft room, sat down, got my pan pastels out, and I wanted to share that a beginner like myself, this is the first time I've ever used pan pastels. If I can do it, you can do it. And look at this. They erase. Yes, if you make a mistake, you erase it. And then I got my fluffy blush brush because it has a little bit of powder, but not very much, not at all. So here I want to separate the medium here from the little evergreen trees that I'm pushing to the back. So I did it with 3 different yellows, and I'm putting some evergreens in the forefront because I want the lighter evergreen trees to look very distant towards those blue mountain ranges. And isn't it pretty? I mean, I was amazed that I could sit down and in an hour get something that looks like trees and a sky. And the one thing I like about, you don't always have to have these clouds in the sky. Bring like a green turquoise towards the bottom of my mountain range there, and then I worked my way up to a darker blue. I worked with what colors I had. And here I'm adding some more evergreens over in the right hand side of my painting. And as I see, where my eye is drawn, where your eye will be drawn, I just work with that. And I'm working with about 6 different colors of green. I'm working with 3 different browns. I'm working with that wonderful white eraser. I cannot tell you how I got this at the stationery store. I have given about 10 of them away because they work with everything that you use as far as erasable mediums. So I am drawing some more evergreens in the background, and I am just getting out my little picky brush and getting it prepared. And I'm not using it on this though. I am just trying to build some harmony in the picture here. I want, I put a little bit of the 3 different types of yellows, and now I'm working on this little geyser. This is going to be a spot where, suppose you're standing on a bridge and you're looking down onto this geyser from Yellowstone Park, and you have to remember here, I am doing this from memory. I never, I watched the video, and that's all you have to do. All you need is a few trees, and you need a place for that geyser to come out, and that's why I put the blue there. And you want to build around it some earth, and so you just take your colors that you have and you work with it and you shade, and it's all in your own mind what you create, right? Encasing is never identical. With anything that you case a card or you know, look at this. I'm using that eraser. It's wonderful. I wanted some depth in those clump of trees there. And you always want to think in masses. Never think individual. See how I put that mass of trees? I was able to break it up just with that eraser. So here I am just wanting to produce land, and I am wanting to make the geysers. I'm going to make one in the right hand upper corner, and I want to add some greens. I want to build those evergreen trees so they have some 3D dimensional look. I want to add some grasses and some actual evergreens pushed forward, and I'm going to add a few more evergreen trees actually. And here I want it to look kind of like wheat. I want to surround that one body of water there that is going to be a geyser. And I imagine myself standing on a bridge, looking down, looking over at this geyser going to explode. And that's what I am working with in my mind here. So I've erased that little hole in the trees, and we are going to add some different colors, some burgundies, and as I said, I don't use black. It's like burgundy is the new black. It works well, so you don't have that real sharp contrast. So here I am just seeing what I can do with this clump of island where these trees are sitting, and as you're looking, I have quite a few pan pastel colors. Like I think there's 4 different burgundies and 4 different browns and 6, I don't know, quite a bit I have off to the side. And now this is the Pan Pastel blender. It is actually a white blender, just like your Copics, and it tones down your colors without having to erase them. And it gives you 2 or 3 different colors using one prominent color, right? And here I am just trying to make some depth. I'm taking my blush brush and I am taking off the little bit of powder that is on the paper. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is separate the water from the land. I want to make the water area there that's prominent really deep, because I'm going to make that geyser with my eraser and the colorless blending powder. And now I'm going back and I'm separating those evergreens while I have the green and the browns, and trying to decide how many trees I want. So I'm taking that little picky brush that we picked all of the sponge off, and I am making some like wheat grass over to the right hand side. I don't think this was in the the painting I saw, but I kind of liked it. I picture myself standing on a bridge looking down at this geyser. I know I need some sky and mountains, and I know I need some evergreens. And I mean, that's pretty basic, isn't it? If I can do it, you can do it, trust me. Those pan pastels, they actually glide and paint the picture almost. They're so beautiful. I am going to add some more to my collection. I love them that much. And you know what I like about them? Right there. You erase what you want. You know, if you made a mistake, I mean, in watercoloring, boy, you'd have to blot it, blot it, blot it. Here, all you have to do is take your eraser. How cool is that? Now, the burgundy is my black. It's the new black, and it just adds a good 3-dimensional effect. And as you can see with the trees here, I'm adding some more. I'm adding some burgundies to the earth over by the right hand evergreens. And I am just imagining this scene. I'm trying to keep it in the rule of thirds. I am trying to break it up every couple of inches so that the eye is not wandering all over the place. You know, your eyes have a place to rest. And now I want some little birch trees, just some little twig birch trees. Guess what? The white eraser. Isn't this cool? And once you get that, you erase those little twigs going up in front of your evergreen trees. You just take an Inktense pencil, and that's what I used in a deep gray, and I go alongside the white eraser to push them towards the front. And now I'm taking some of the burgundies and the purples, and I'm just dragging down on the edge of my water there to make it look like there's shadow from the trees. And it's all just whatever colors I have working for me. I want to have a crisp edge. I want it to look like the sun is coming in from the right hand side, like almost overhead, and pushing that shadow down into my geyser, the water where the geyser is going to erupt here. And how I'm going to do that is with the colorless blender, pan pastel, and the eraser. And now I'm just running, there's my geyser going in with the eraser in the right hand corner. Take my blush brush and wipe the little bit of, yeah, here I'm doing the mist with the colorless blender. I am moving from the bottom and just twirling the mist upwards. And I'm filling in the colors that I want on my evergreen trees, on the right, on the left. There's, I imagine, like 2 little islands there. And now I'm taking my dark brown and I'm adding some texture into the grass and the foliage. I'm going to add some more color separating the water there. And we are just about finished. My battery went out of my camera and I had to charge them. But I got far enough into this painting that I left some pictures on here at the end that you can see the finished painting. And I hope you are encouraged to take your pan pastels. Don't be timid. Just if you have to look at a postcard, or you know, you have a picture of a little wee piece of scenery, just go with it and you will have so much fun. I used a lot of grays too, I was going to tell you, to separate some of the grass. There I'm trying to make that geyser really stand out towards the back. Well, I am winding down here. My battery, I used chargeable batteries and they were running out. So I added another evergreen. See what I'm doing up there to bring it towards the front of that little island. I thought it needed it up there. I didn't want a whole lot of empty space. I wanted my eye to go towards the geyser, and I'm adding a little bit more foliage, and then we're winding down to the end of the video. And I think I did enough of it, so when you see the pictures at the end, I didn't do much more after this. I just had fun. I want to thank those on Stamp Nation that encouraged me to get the pan pastels out and show you just a little bit of what they can do. They're a wonderful medium. I think you will love them. If you love to watercolor, this is amazing. If you like to paint, it's amazing. Now I'm crisping up my edges right there. I want to just tell you that with the island, and I wanted to look like in that clump of trees there was just a little bit of a walkway. See it to the left? So I just erased it, and now I'm taking some, I want to shadow out here. I want to make it nice and crisp, those trees. And thank you so much to everybody for watching. Have a blessed week, everybody, and try out these pan pastels. They would work great with stencils, for card making, just about anything. Okay, we'll see you on the next video, and enjoy these finished photos that I took of this painting.